How to discover your potential career path. If you're interested to find out, please listen on. Welcome to the day 6 of the 10-day series of How to Live Your Hero's Journey. Hi, I am Paisate and I'm your host today. I've gone through multiple heroes' journey, from migrating to a country that I'd never been before to become a registered pharmacist. I created a social network that connect people through the love of food without any business or industry experience. I've authored my first philosophical book on life meditations on 30 of life's biggest questions, and I'm also a coach. Today, we are going to talk about how to discover your potential career path. Don't you want to have a career that is meaningful and allow you to use your full potential? And why is it that it is so important? Viktor Frankl, which is the author of one of my favorite books, Man's Search for Meaning, said that there's 3 ways how one can find meaning in life. And one of the ways is to have a meaningful work. So how do you do that? I find that there's 3 ways, 3 main components to have the career path that you want. The first one is to know thyself. The second one is to discover what are your obstacles. And the third one is to set a realistic goal and commitment. So let's talk about those 3 a little bit more. First one, know thyself. Everything have to start from knowing who you are first. Before you can take action or place yourself in the best position, you got to know what is it that makes you unique. So how well do you know yourself? There are 2 ways I find that is that you can discover yourself. One of them is through journaling and reflection. And I've done this since I was 12 years old till today. And the second one is through personality test. So with the journaling, you can ask yourself some questions such as, if I'm given a second chance to leave, what would I do? What is it that I really love to do? And given a chance to do it without having to worry about my paycheck, what would you do? By asking yourself those questions, you begin to dig a bit deeper your inner desire. I find that most of the time we probably know what we want to do, but there's something that stops us from believing that we can actually do it. So such questions will help to start you on a self-discovery journey. The second part is to do a personality test. If you know me, you know that all my friends know I'm really addicted to personality tests. I felt that I've done most of the personality tests that are available. I find that there's 3 main personality tests I find that is really useful for self-discovery process. The first one is Myers-Briggs, which is one of the most popular personality tests that's available, and they even use that in some of the career interview as well, career interview process. The second one is about Enneagram, and the third one is a VIA strength. I will talk about those 3 personality tests more in detail tomorrow and how you can use them as part of your self-discovery process. Just to let you know, in order for you to first start your journey, you have to discover yourself. So I even created a free guide on your unique strength guide to discovery process. You can download that for free on my website. That's www.pheh-sze-teh.com, or I put down the link below. This guide is a very simple guide. It asks you some questions that help you to reflect on to discover who you are and what are your unique strengths. And also by the end of it, you can find what the possible career path that you can take. And there's some practical actionable things that you can do as well in the guide. So make sure you download that, and it's for free. So the second thing that you need to discover is the obstacles. And I categorize them in the three components in the obstacles component. First is your who usually is who you are that is stopping you from pursuing what you want to do. The second one is the what. These are the actions that you take on a daily basis that is not serving to your purpose. And the third one is more about the external environment. So the question who evolves around your self-belief and your fear. So what kind of set of belief do you have? So for example, one of my belief or fear is a fear of success. I believe that if I were to go all out and achieve my dream, I'm going to end up alone on top of the mountain. So this is a false belief or maybe an excuse that I use to stop me from going to pursue the dream that I want to do. So to counteract that kind of belief system, I can tell myself whenever it comes up, it is actually more important for me to follow the path that I want to take. And whoever that's more aligned with the path will be on top of the mountain with me. And that is the way to do it. So first, you got to know what a set belief system that you have that's stopping you, and also what kind of fear that you have. So the second one is about what? What are your daily habits? For example, what are your morning rituals? Do you know what priorities do you have? And how do you use your time well? So in the process of writing my book, one of my I would say personality is a tendency of perfectionism tendency. So to counteract that, I make sure that I have a set deadline because things can always be better as you spend more and more time to perfect them or making them better. So without a deadline, I could be procrastinating and thinking that, I just need more time. I need more time to do this. And I'm going to make it even better if I give it one more week, one more month, or one more year. And by the time you know it, you're never going to achieve anything. So make sure that you know what are the habits of fear that creeps up and how to find a way to counteract them. But first is by discovering them before you can manage to solve them. And the third one, which I find that a lot of people use that as obstacles, which are the external environment. It could be the lack of time because you're working full time, or you lack of energy, you feel tired after coming back from work, or I hear a lot about I don't have the money, for example. So these could be a practical reason, but it's best to know what are those reasons and how you can first to overcome them. Say, for example, the money. Do you know, most of the time when I ask them, why don't you pursue what you want to do? It's like, oh, it's lack of money. But first, do you know the answer to the question? How much does it take for you to pursue the path you want to take? And if you don't even research on that or know what is the answer to that, how can you say that I don't have the money to pursue it? Maybe all you need is time or find some sort of resources to start, or you can start saving, for example, and to have a set goal, how much to save to reach where you want to go. So by knowing all your obstacles, you can find the possible solutions to counter them. And the third one is to set a realistic goal and commitment. Dream without a deadline is just a dream. You got to wake up and live the dream and work towards it. So the difference is a lot of times people always say, I just don't know where to start. I can't figure out the way to achieve what I want to achieve. As Nietzsche said, if you can discover the why, you can always find out the how. There are many resources that's available, and some are even for free on the internet that you can always find out. But first, you must have a clear vision and also set yourself a deadline. I can't stress this enough. Without a deadline, you don't have a sense of urgency to achieve what you want to achieve. You'll be thinking that, oh, one day I'm going to get there someday. So it become more of a wishful thinking that rather than taking a clear step. So make sure you have a clear vision of where you want to go, but the strategy of how you want to get there might change along the way. The tactics might be different. You might take a different route. For example, if you want to even say climb Mount Everest, there's multiple ways of doing that. The route might change depending on condition and things like that, but the vision is always the same. So for my case, for example, I always want to live to my full potential and inspire others to do the same. And there's many ways that I can achieve that vision. But how to do that might differ from different part of my journey, for example. So all of the journeys I've gone through is becoming who I am today and becoming a better version of myself. And hopefully that inspires others to do the same. So, which of the three components that you feel that you're stuck at or you need to get clearer on? So the first one is knowing yourself. So this part is about getting clarity. The second part is about obstacles. What obstacles that you may face or you're currently facing, but you don't know how to overcome them. And the third one is about setting a realistic goal and commitment. So, how committed are you to achieving this vision? Because progress, the equation of progress is P equals desire over obstacle. So, first, you have to have a strong desire. Do you know why you're doing what you're doing? And that will help to overcome the obstacle that you may face, or how can you reduce the obstacle, for example, so that your progress can get even better. So which part of the equation are you stuck at the moment? Leave a comment down below. I would like to hear from you and tell me what you find useful on the episode today. I'm here for the next few minutes if you have any questions to ask me. Tomorrow we are going to talk about the 3 personality tests that I find that's really useful for self-discovery process and how you can use them as well. And just as a reminder to download my free guide on your unique strength discovery to help you to gain clarity of your next career path. Thank you for watching the series. We are second week of the 10-day series. I am halfway through my own marathon of the 10-day marathon. It's been really fulfilling for me to be doing this and to find the feedback that you find that useful. So if you don't have any questions, I will see you tomorrow and to discover 3 of the main personality tests that you can take to discover yourself. So until then, live a life worth writing.